Friends, welcome to Coffee Talk. Coffee Talk is sponsored by the International Dance Entrepreneurs Association, also known as IDEA. You can learn more at ideadance.org. We're really happy to have you here today. This program is for those who share a passion for the art of dance, dance studio owners, and dance teachers. So, as we begin this broadcast, and the focus of this broadcast is something I believe we can all relate to. Almost everybody who will be watching us today, who grew up in dance, probably no matter what age, probably has several friends that they have made either in the dance class where they started, the studio where they started, or throughout their dance life. And those people become our, not the best word, but our bestest friends in the whole world. And today that's going to be our focus with Melissa Hoffman and Sandi Duncan, who I will bring on in a moment. I was going to run a commercial right here, but I don't have it ready. So I'm going to bring on Melissa and Sandi right here. And we'll run that commercial a little later in the program. I see you backstage, ladies. I'm bringing you in.
There we go.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Good morning. Great to have you both here.
Happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
So, for those who may not know you guys so well, even though you're a famous duo in the dance industry.
Oh, here we go.
Sandi, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I live in New Hampshire. I'm a former studio owner. I owned a studio for 9 years in Massachusetts and then decided that it wasn't for me. And so I left that and came to work for my best friend and have been here for how many years?
Oh,
I don't know.
27
quite a few years. And I have a daughter and she lives in New York, and I spend a good portion of my life at the studio, which I love. And have been in the dance world since I was 2 years old, long time. And this is my best friend. We've been best friends since 8th grade. So
it's a long time.
1978, baby.
Oh my God, 1978. Yeah. Wow.
And, Melissa, tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend.
So I am a studio owner in New Hampshire. This is our 32nd season. Crazy. I also live in New Hampshire as well. I grew up in the dance world, started at 2 years old, and a mother to 4 kids. One lives in New York, one in Colorado, and 2 of them that are still here in New Hampshire. So we're busy, but yeah, we've been at this a long time together.
Yeah.
And I've seen you at this a long time together. I would say we've all 3 been in this a long time, but I have always admired your friendship and the longevity of it and how you interact with each other. So I want to dig a little deeper into that today.
Okay.
But before we do, I'd love for those who are viewing today to check in. Let me know where you're from. Tell me your name in our comments. If you have any questions as we move along or comments, feel free to post them. So I'll start way back. Before I ask you how you met, because I know it was a little later in your dance careers, Melissa, when was the first time you walked into a studio, and what brought you to dance?
In 1966, a long time ago, 2 years old. Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
that sounds so like it was long ago. Like probably every typical little girl, my mother brought me to ballet class. And my first 10 years of dance was strictly ballet and point work. So, live pianist. I wasn't introduced to jazz and tap till after I was 12 years old. I lived in Burlington originally and took class in Lexington, Mass. And then my mom remarried when I was 12. So I moved further into Massachusetts. And that's when I ended up at Sally Gould, and I started taking tap and jazz there as well, and was given a great opportunity to assist really young, teach really young, and and loved it from there. But then I know Rhee, my journey took a little different tour. When I went to college, I was a dental hygiene major and left dance for a couple of years. I performed for you, Karen. You performed for me. I'm just sorry. I'm getting distracted by the chats.
We got a lot of fans today.
Huh?
We have a lot of fans today checking in.
That's so fun. So yeah, you know what? So after I got out of college, after I had been in dental hygiene for 5 years, I had worked for Sandi at her studio teaching. And then I had a decision to make at around 5 years into hygiene. I was offered an opportunity to go to dental school. They were going to pay for me to go to dental school if I stayed with them 5 more years. But I had gotten the bug back in me teaching for Sandi, and realized that where I lived in New Hampshire at that time, the only schools that were up here at that time were only offering RAD ballet. So no one offered tap or jazz. And so it was a good opportunity. So I made that decision to go ahead and open. I still did dental hygiene up until a year ago. I retired. Wow. Yes. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't know. Did we lose Rhee? Did we?
Oh no.
Did they lose us?
I don't know.
Terry, are we still on? I don't know if they
says we're in the show.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Do you know what? Go log on to Facebook. Oh, there he is.
Wow. I went out. I don't know why. And I just came back in, and you guys.
Okay, so it wasn't us that went out. We were chalking away.
No, you guys stayed live. Glad everybody came in. I lost track of where we were because I got a little nervous there for a half a second.
That's all right. So I was
Go ahead.
No, that's okay. So I was just talking about my start in dance and coming back into the studio when I taught for Sandi, and making a decision to open a school at that point after. And here we are.
And Sandi, I didn't realize you had opened a school before Melissa.
Yeah, I did in 1986, I think it was. Yeah. What year did you open?
89.
All right. So it was 86. Yeah. And had it, and she came and taught for me. Taught my tap, because that's not my thing. It's still not my thing. But yeah, she came and taught, and it was just great having her there as, a support system and friendship. And it was just really fun because you're watching a dream come true, and you got your best friend by your side. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. Pretty cool having her there. Yeah.
So tell me how you found each other. What was the first time you found each other?
You go ahead.
You want to? Okay.
No, you're good at telling the story.
Okay. So our dads worked for a solar power company, and they carpooled together for many years. And my dad would come home, and I would hear about Charlie's daughter, Missy, and how she was dancing and did all these things. And she would go home, and her dad would be talking about Sandi and Frank's daughter and all the things that she did in dance, but we never met each other. And we would hear about each other, but didn't know each other. Went to different schools in the town. And then in 8th grade science class, we ended up sitting beside each other, not knowing who the other person was. And one day we just started talking about life, and Melissa, sorry, I call her Miss, sorry, started saying that she was going to see the show A Chorus Line over the weekend. And I said, "Oh, do you dance?" And she said, "Yeah, I've been dancing my whole life." And we started talking, and come to find out, we were the two people that our dads were carpooling, together, and we were the daughters that we kept hearing about and have been best friends ever since.
Weird.
8th grade.
So fun.
8th grade.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm about to share something, and I
Oh,
want you to tell me.
I'm scared.
Is this about 8th grade? Because this is such a picture that demonstrates your passion.
I'm thinking that's like 10th grade, but
Yeah.
yeah, 10th or 11th
Wow.
grade. We were beautiful.
Look at us. Woo!
That was 42nd
Let's
Street.
recreate it.
Yeah.
There we go.
42nd Street.
Yeah, it was a tap duo. There was a time Sandy and I did a tap duo, a contemporary lyric duo.
Oh.
So, Sandy, you were once a tapper.
I like to tap. I'm not good at teaching it. I love
Okay.
the art of tap, and I have so much respect for it. But it's just not something that I can teach it to younger kids, but when you get to a certain level, it's time to hand them off. So, but I love to tap. Yeah.
I want to say I love the hair on both of you.
Thank
Right?
you so much.
Right? Yeah.
It took a lot of work.
It matches nicely.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a foreshadowing into our lives because we are so different. We look so different, and
Yeah.
we are so different.
Yeah,
But we
we
get
really-
along so well.
Yeah. We
I
are.
love
We're so different. Yes. But that's why it works, I think, in business and in friendship.
So I want to hear about your first time, like realizing that you guys were gonna be friends. How did that happen? What was it like back then?
Huh.
That's a good-
That is a good question. I think that certainly our commonalities and our passion for dance, was the precursor, if you will, to generating like first talking and what we had. We both, I think, even back then, we both valued giving back, and were always, involved in some sort of humanitarian type volunteering thing. We had that in common. Of course, having dads that worked together that both loved canoeing and stuff. And we would go on canoe trips with our dads every year.
Yeah, camping on a
Camping
sandbar.
on sandbars and
Peeing in the woods.
yeah.
Sorry.
Say that again.
We did.
Yeah. And I think that we both, in the big picture, we both have fairly mellow personalities, it kind of go with the flow. And you don't think I have a mellow personality, Rhee? Is that what you're laughing at?
No, I do believe that you do. I think when you and I work together, you are an extremely calming force. So I do believe that.
And I think we both liked a lot of the same things in high school. Like we were both really involved in like student government, and we loved planning all our proms and, and that kind of stuff. Shocker. Like I bet every dance teacher on here was involved in planning their proms.
And Melissa won School Spirit in the yearbook. She was Miss School Spirit.
Yeah.
So like it's just her thing,
And Sandy was our homecoming queen.
Oh God.
Sandy was our homecoming queen and Miss Optimistic. Shocker. Yeah.
Oh yikes.
Sandy was homecoming queen and Miss Optimistic in the same year. Are you?
Yeah, in our senior year. Yeah, our senior year. Yeah, that was yes. Yep.
Yeah.
That is a detail that I think the whole world should know, Sandy.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know why that's not on your resume. I'll be updating your resume later.
Next resume.
Oh
Gonna add
no.
that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Homecoming queen.
Oh geez.
Did you know she was a majorette?
Oh stop.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
so a
either.
majorette, our majorette squad at our high school probably had 25 girls, I think. It was really kind of cool, actually. They did the halftime shows in the football game, and our senior year, Sandy was one of the captains. I was not a majorette. I would not have filled that role very well, but yeah. So she was a majorette at our school. Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
Instead, I handed out programs and took money at the football games.
She always likes the business end of things, and I do not.
That was foreshadowing.
Sandy was dancing,
Yeah.
performing, and you were figuring out how to turn
Melissa
it
was
into a
always
business.
running the show, which was, we always knew that we were in good hands because she would run the show. So it was never a problem.
That's so true. Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's our life.
So you've been through ups and downs in this life. I know that you both are single women at this
If
point
you have any
in
uncles.
time. Do you support each other through those things? Like, is that what this is all about?
Yes. I mean, for sure. I think that our friendship has seen a lot of, for both of us, ups and downs, whether it be, our marriages, if you will, health issues. If I need to go to the hospital, I'm going to call Sandy. Sandy's going to call me. We've been in many ERs together.
Lost
parents together. We've, we've been there for, everything. We've been there for, our kids,
births, adoptions.
Yeah. Our kids are hurt. Really, Sandy and her daughter are family. They're just, my kids. Jimmy. Yeah. My kids lovingly, all my kids have their first names all start with J. Sandy's daughter's name is Kim, or Kimmy, as we call her. So in my family, when she comes to our house, she's Jimmy, because she needs to be a J, just like my kids. But just like this past weekend, yeah, it's so funny. So she fits in the family. But our kids were together this weekend. Well, one of mine and Kimmy, and they were all really close. And yeah, we're family. I would say we're more sisters at this point in life.
Yeah, absolutely,
for sure. And you know what? That's not to say. Through the years, especially working together all the time, and we had to learn. In particular, me, I had to learn that work time is work time, and personal time is personal time. So I try not to lean on Sandy too much when there's stuff going on here, and I certainly try not to lean on her too much when it's outside of work time, because we hit a bump in that area at one point in our friendship and had to figure that part out, because it's so easy when you have your best friend right here to pummel them with all that. Do you think I should do this? Oh, what should I do for this? Or, so-and-so's being a bitch, or, whatever. It's easy to call your best friend about that, but there has to be that separation so that it's not always, we going out to dinner.
I was wondering about that. How have you balanced the boss employee? I don't want to call it that, but if you didn't have this friendship, that's what it would be.
I would say that, for me, Melissa has given me so much space to grow and to give me opportunity to, she never placed any kind of constraints or restrictions on me to say I couldn't do this or I couldn't do that. Always gave me room to grow, be it artistically in the studio, trying weird things, or just out and about and teaching locally, to visit other studios in the area, or be it, there was some time that I decided I was just going to be here one day a week, and I went out and tried some other things that I loved. But, it all just came back. I think through the pandemic too, you just kind of realized where your real home is. And this, it was never more evident or clear to me that this is my home and this is where I belong. But she's always given me room to grow, and so that has always made it relatively easy. I think
wasn't there a couple years ago, or it could be more now because time's flying, where you kind of just cut back and didn't teach as much and then came back again?
Yeah, I was down to one day a week here and doing things. I was out and about on the weekend, sharing with other studios and trying to figure out what I was going to do. I had contemplated moving to New York for a year just to kind of explore more artsy things in my life. And so I did that on the weekends, and she's just always been, we did hit a bump, but we were very clear, she will put it to me that we need to talk about things. Like sometimes I don't want to talk because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt her feelings. That was before. That doesn't really happen anymore. But a few years back, I would say probably about 7 or 8 years ago, we just kind of hit a bump because sometimes I was afraid. I became like, I felt like I would shelter her from things. Not things that, there's nothing bad or anything, but like I wanted to protect her. If anybody had a complaint, I was always trying to protect her. Or if we needed to talk about something, I would kind of shut down and I'd shy away, and she'd be like, we need to talk, something's going on. And I just never wanted to hurt her feelings. And so I've learned that through her, open communication is the best way to go. And
how did you discover it? What happened at the point where you said, I have to be more open? Like you'd had this friendship forever. You're in this place where you feel maybe a little uncomfortable. How'd you bring it up? What'd you say? What brought you over that?
You know what? I think that we know each other so well that I know, like, I would call and she wouldn't answer, but I knew she was there. I'm like, all right,
that didn't happen very often.
No, but that like that
here we go. Here comes your second.
But that was my cue to, okay, something's up. She doesn't want to tell me. So yeah. I mean, I'm pretty direct when it comes to that. If I feel uncomfortable, if my gut's telling me something's not right, I've learned that I need to go with that for sure. And I could just sense, and I think most of my staff would tell you that when I sense something's off, I'm like, yeah. Hey, is there something you need to talk to me about, yeah, or whatever? And I think that we had to, mention to the rest of the staff that Sandi can't always be like the sounding board for them either. Like if they need to talk to me, they need to come, and it's not her job necessarily to be the, hey, Melissa, there's a problem, or hey,
yeah.
Exactly. And I think that interestingly enough, like the pandemic, my front desk person chose not to come in and actually is back out again with the surge. And me being at the front desk all the time, I could sense how people were the minute they walked through the door. And so, so I was able to head off some issues. Or if someone was just having a bad day and I was sensing that, I'm like, okay, turn the dial, or whatever. It's time to put on your happy face. But I do think it was that. And I think that we came to the conclusion that if there's something I really need to know, you need to tell me, Yeah. And
we're good at that now. And
yeah.
And if she needs to talk to me on off hours, she'll say, is it okay if we talk about it? She's super respectful about those things. And it's just, we have such a good I feel like we have such a great working relationship.
Yeah.
No,
we do. We definitely do. I'm not going to come across the typical employer issues with Sandi. She's not going to come in late because that's not her temperament. She's not going to give kids not a good class. So, I mean, I lucked out for sure with, someone on the staff like that.
We both did.
What's the funniest moment you guys can remember that you've had together?
Yes, let's
go for it. You tell me.
Oh my God. Well, no, it's funny because we were thinking about different things, and Sandi was telling me yesterday, she said I was watching some of our duos, and she's like, and one of our best duos has the back stand, this back thing that you and I did in our duo 100 years ago. So basically, I was on all fours, and Sandi would come and lay on me, kind of like Superman-esque, right? Well, this one recital, I'm out there, I'm on all fours, and I gotta set the tone. It's day by day. I have a Dusty Rose unitard on, and Sandi has a Dusty Rose dress on, so I'm kind of like the male, kind of.
Get it off your chest, Melissa.
I got to be the boy.
Oh my God! She felt like she was the boy. That's funny. Okay,
so I'm on, and I'm kind of towards the wings on stage left, and I'm on all fours. We're waiting for this big move. Sandi doing the no Sandi, and then I'm on all fours, and I'm looking in the wings. Oh, Sandi. We had a little party the night before at my house after the first set of recitals. And Sandi at the time liked Rhee Uniti wine. and managed to drink a whole bottle of red Riunite wine
Legally,
because we were 18.
How old were you guys?
18.
Okay.
It was legal.
Okay.
It was
It was legal then because 18 was the
Clarifying
drinking age.
that. Okay.
Yeah, but she was then proceeded to get sick all over the place with red wine. And so at that moment in time, while I'm on the stage,
Not on her back. I didn't throw up
she
on her
didn't
back.
throw up on my back. Off she went. Could you see me? I'm on all and back then, I mean, I think I got up and did a little improv or something. I don't think I stayed there too long. But after I was like, where'd she go? Well, she was going into the bathroom to throw up. It was just
True story.
yeah, that was a true one.
Yep.
It was a true. There's been so many. I mean, we've been lucky. We've gone on so many different trips together because with dance, without dance, our families traveled together. We had a blast on a Disney cruise one year with all our kids and my whole family and all these kids. But we just.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah. When she didn't come out to do the Superman, it was the best part of the dance.
I still can't get over the fact that she thought she was the man.
Okay.
I had on
I
pants.
knew that.
You had on a dress.
We should have brought Dr. Claudette on just for a little bit.
That's awesome.
So funny. So funny.
Sandy, you got a different funny moment or what here?
Oh my gosh.
We, all right. Talk about sitting in the back row at our competitions. That's always
at competition, we always have a really good time. I don't know, like we're there to compete, but at the same time, we are there just to have fun and to really enjoy it all. And we, sometimes we get a little energized back there or backstage or like in the audience. And sometimes like we'll create our own little dances, like the faculty will be dancing. And I don't know, I don't know if there's just like specific stories, but it just always feels like it's fun.
Yeah.
We used to do a lot of things. We would get girls' nights together and go to Portsmouth and would ride in a van. Like we'd go on dinner cruises and like just like fun, like with so many funny little stories. A lot of it is maybe we need to start doing that more. Yeah, because we haven't really been laughing as much, but I think just because of COVID and all that.
Right.
I think there's just so many times, like if you look back and just our kids have made us laugh, our students make us laugh.
Yeah. I'm a fun drunk, so like that's always good. And it only takes me one drink to get drunk, so like that's a true story.
Yeah.
Because I laugh. I like to laugh, and I laugh more when I'm a little tipsy.
Like when she was dating, like her dating stories were like always making us laugh. Like those were funny. Like she just has some doozy dating stories, from way back when all the way up through adulthood. Those are fun. Like those make me giggle a lot. It's fun. It's just, yeah.
Are you both? I know I'm probably, this might not be appropriate. Are you guys dating right now?
That might not be. It's COVID. I don't know how, I don't know how to maneuver.
That's an easy excuse because we weren't dating before COVID.
I know.
I am not. I will be honest and say no.
I knew.
I am open to it.
No, but I went on a date 2 months ago.
This is true.
Yeah. So I can't say I've been dating, but one of the parents fixed me up with someone here with one of their friends. And
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Julie. But but yeah, it's just a struggle. I really mean it. If any of you have any nice men that, an uncle or a grandfather.
Please, if you have some men for either of these ladies, leave
Yeah.
their names in the comments.
We're adventurous.
Wow.
We're fun.
Who would have thought in 8th grade we would be on a video blog or podcast with asking for dates? That's kind of scary.
Yeah. You know what? We were the nice girls that everyone wanted to marry.
Like Melissa said, it's COVID times. You can just do anything you want to do.
Juicy dating.
Juicy. Oh, Cindy, I have some good ones. Yep. That's for another podcast.
I don't have any good ones. Like,
all right, we're gonna come back on, let's say, a Friday or Saturday night, and we're gonna share
dating
Sandy's
stories.
not so good ones and Melissa's really good one. Dating
oh,
stories.
there's some good ones, I will tell you. Hey, Jen Reinhardt tried to get me to date a pilot when we were going. She's on right now. Teresa, we were on a flight, and I ended up sitting next to this guy on the way to judge ADA one time, and Jen was trying to fix me up with him the whole time. And we actually went out one night trying to find this man and searched for him for hours. We didn't find him, obviously.
There have been times when before I got married, I was told that the airport's a good place to meet men. It's so true. So we'd go to the airport and sit at the bar.
Not you. Not you. I've never gone to the airport.
Wait, I have to back up and say this is.
All men are beautiful.
Melissa, didn't you meet your husband at the airport?
Yeah. And many other men too.
So it ended up that I was flying out and I met my husband at Logan Airport. We happened to be flying to the same place, and then we ended up getting delayed 5 hours and spent 5 hours together. And he was going out on he was in the military, going out on a ship. So we had a love letter romance for a while. But yeah.
Tell Rebecca Canada works.
Oh, Canada works, Rebecca. I'm in for that. Yes. My maiden name is Fortin. Remember, my family comes from Fortin. Fortin in the English language.
So it's not Fortin. Say what?
Well, I think when the French say it, Fortin. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is so much
fun. So that qualifies you for a good Canadian man. Work on that, Rebecca.
Right, because I'm half French. I'm half French Canadian. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Yes. That's a true story. That actually is true. But yes, I met my husband at Logan Airport, and then I dated a couple other people I've met on airplanes. Yeah, airplanes and airports seem to be the place for me. So once I get back to flying.
You may not want to talk about this, but I've already broken the barrier here.
Oh,
Didn't you date a pilot like 5 or 6 years ago that had his own plane or something? Do I remember that?
Yes, she did. She absolutely did.
Sandy whispered that. So, Sandy, make sure you whisper that so nobody knows.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, no, you know what, Rhee? I met him in Orlando leaving after our cruise, and they thought there was a bomb in Orlando Airport. Anyone on here JR's on here too. Oh gosh. And we ended up going to a hotel because they canceled all the flights out. And I was actually with Kelsey, who I don't know if she's on here, but she's an IDEA member. And we went to a hotel. And of course, the first thing we did was hit the bar. And this gentleman was sitting there and we started chatting, and he was in Orlando for some flight, something. And we ended up, but my daughters will tell you he's like out of a Lifetime movie, stalkerish. So I did meet him once for dinner one night when he was back in Boston area. And after that, he was in love with me. So, so my daughters were like, there's no way you're going.
That's a consistent problem for you. I know it happens.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, I love this. This is fun.
No, it was a little creepy, scary, but it was too bad because he was a pilot and could fly anywhere. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, but he wasn't a nice man or anything.
No, he was a nice man. He just, I think, fell a little too hard too quickly for my taste. Yeah.
Friendly skies.
That's right. That's right.
So tell us, all of us that are listening.
I'm afraid.
No, how important this friendship is. And maybe because as I was thinking about this coffee talk last night, and this morning, I was thinking about all the friends that I've had for so long. I turned 60 this year, and I can't tell you how many friends I've known for at least 50 of those years. And they're all dance people.
Right. Right. So true. So true. I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, Sandy's a sister to me. And I can't imagine, going through all of this stuff. No, first of all, we understand each other so well and we know each other so well, but we truly care what happens to each other. So I can't imagine not doing this with her. I mean, I can't, if Sandy told me tomorrow she couldn't teach anymore, I probably would decide that's when I'm retiring, because, it's just, for me, it just wouldn't be the same without her here. But more than that, I can't imagine a time ever that we wouldn't be in each other's lives. Yeah. It's, love her like my sister, so it's, I don't think, in the longevity, it feels like time flies. Time has flown. When I think of all the things we've done together and will continue to do together, imagine us at a retirement home. How fun would that be?
That's not happening.
I know. But I think you're right.
I have that solution. I was selling the retreat center, haven't been able to sell it. I'm going to create that home for all of us.
Perfect.
And I have extra wide hallways for the hover around.
So we're ready. We're
all
ready.
going to meet in the big room, and Sandy's going to teach improv hover round.
Oh, okay.
There you go. All right.
That'd be amazing.
Little yoga in there,
we'll
too.
Use the wall and all of that.
Yeah. We can get
free.
close to each other, bumper cars, different things like that.
That's awesome.
But I think you're right, though, Rhee. I mean, when we think about, and some of the people I know that are on here, we've known forever. And though we don't get to see each other that often, I feel like that we have this kinship and we have this friendship. And I feel like even though a lot of time might go by before you see some of these people, it's like you pick up right where you left off. Like there's just that. Do you think?
Yeah, he's looking at Grace and Frankie forever.
Great. Grace. I love Grace and Frankie.
Yeah.
But I think that, we just, like I said, I see all these names popping up and the minute we're all together, it's like no time has passed. And this dance world has really, when I think about if dance wasn't in our lives, we probably wouldn't have met. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think we would have met. And I think of so many people in my life and in our lives that we just wouldn't have met them. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a special thing. It's a special thing that we get to do that and have that. And we know what is. For us, aren't we lucky in New England in particular? We've always had this great close-knit dance teacher community without that kind of,
we just really it's fun to be at a competition in the area because we all run and literally dive on each other and hug each other. When we see Wakefield and we see, Charlotte's kid, people, and we see, just Jen and everybody. It's just we really love each other. It's not fake,
Right.
we really truly love and respect each other so much. And we're so fortunate to have that.
It is a unique thing in New England. And when I travel around the country and I explain it to people, they think I'm exaggerating, but I can tell everybody watching this.
Yeah.
Yes, we all do get together for dance competitions and enjoy each other's company. We make it through.
We love to support each other's kids, we love to see other kids, we love watching Jen's girls, right now they're on their journeys and we're having fun watching Riley and Skylar and where they're going with their lives. And it's just, Robin's on, there's so many of us that we love to see what their kids are doing, what their students are doing, what, what's going on in their own personal lives. And we really truly care about each other. No, we don't always get to see each other, but we're fortunate, the two of us, we work together every day, but there are just so many people in this area that just mean so much to us.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
It is. It's
You know,
It really,
We
really
really
is.
care about
it
each
really,
other.
really is. And there, and just like
And
it's something I was thinking, huh? You were gonna ask something, Rhee?
no, I was just, I was going to say, and why not? Meaning,
Right.
dance people understand dance people.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the ability to be with those kind of souls that understand your soul is the way it should be everywhere. All of this, let's say, competitiveness or jealousy that sometimes happens in our world, that's stopping these friendships. That's stopping these life bonds that can happen. When in reality, we go to the competitions, and this is a New England thing, but Sandi and both Melissa will get this. People go to the New England DMA Miss Dance hoping someone else wins.
So true.
And Jen will verify that. Everybody says, I hope I don't win. Like, we get so excited for someone else.
But
And
we've been
titles and prestigious. There's a lot of
right.
commitment that goes with it.
But we've been chaperones for each other's kids. We've been there to help rehearse other people's kids and vice versa. It's just that's the way I think our philosophy is. That's the way we look at life, is that we're all kind of in this life together, and why not help each other as opposed to work against each other. I remember in the days in your mom's days, that Charlotte's kids would sometimes go fill in for some of Sherry's kids and vice versa. I remember those days when Nancy LeManager was filling in for someone in Sherry's studio, in your mom's studio, and Nancy came and Nancy O'Mara came and did something at Charlotte's. I just remember all of that, and that made it a lasting impact on, I think, the way that we do things. We've done a lot with Lisa's kids and Jen's. It just feels like a family, and I don't say that lightly. Like, I know people use that term a lot, but it really does feel like a community around here. It just does.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that, because I remember those days when Charlotte either had a kid that was injured, or my mother had a kid that was injured or couldn't dance. And they would share kids, and then those numbers would compete against each other.
Yeah.
And one would win or get a higher score than the other, and you just went on with life. You're right, though. That kind of impression on us when we were younger in this field probably opened the doors for us to be more accepting of everybody. We weren't taught that they're the enemy. We were taught that we're in this together.
Yeah. Because eventually those kids are going to work together. If they're going to stay in the industry, they're going to work together in different aspects of it. And why not have respect and understand each other, in a different level, and get to know one another. I think kids can do that now more with social media, but back in those days we didn't have that. It was just all about relationship building, and
it's true. And I think too that
go ahead.
When it comes to our friendship too, I think there are days, like I know recently I looked at it, I go, we got to go do something fun that's social, that's not dance. Because, right now, those of us who are competitive studios are, we're gearing up for everything. And so you lose track of time.
Yeah,
you lose track of time. So it's, so make sure you make the time, you guys, for social things. And whether it be Sandi, I have a group of friends called my soccer mom friends, and they're not involved in dance. And my time with them has nothing to do with dance. And I'm thankful I was able to maintain those friendships, because I lost a lot of friends when I first opened the studio, because you know how it is, you guys, you don't have time. So having someone in studio like Sandi, that was my friend before we had dance studios, was huge. But we have to have fun times too. And we do have fun at dance, but fun times outside of the studio.
Yeah, we need to remind each other.
Yeah.
And not feeling guilty for making that time. That's a
right.
point that we need to make to everybody. You
Right.
can prioritize the time you need to rejuvenate your spirit with outside friends that are non-dance related and not feel guilty about it, or not
Yeah.
feel like
Yes.
you should be working or teaching or you don't have time for this. You
Yeah.
have to make time for it because it's going to make you better at what you do. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I mean for sure. You know what? I've become, Sandy will giggle, but the pandemic has made me comfortable sitting on my couch. Like I was never. I always felt like I had to, was needed to work all the time or needed to be up and, I'm wasting time if I'm just sitting there. But now, you know what? I have my little corner and I kind of like just, binge watching stupid shows that I don't have to think about, that are just fun and funny. But I wish I had learned that earlier in my dance career, if you will.
I've learned that too this time around, Melissa. And another thing, and you might say you feel the same way, is that I can live by myself. I can be by myself. I am okay with that. That's something before the pandemic.
No, I shouldn't say that. Well,
What do
Melissa
you?
hasn't had much opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
She will at some point in life.
Yeah.
She has not, and
Yeah.
adores her children, so it's not a slam to that at all.
No.
It's just she has always taken a super active role in raising her kids and has.
That makes me sound like a helicopter.
Oh no, I don't mean that at all.
Yeah.
No, but it's just a matter of, she hasn't had a lot of alone time.
Yeah.
But it's funny because if she does, she'll start on Saturday and she's quiet and I don't hear her, but by Saturday night she'll be like, okay, I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
Because I lived alone for quite a long time, and I'm the opposite. I want to be around more people because I'm alone all the time, and so it's very different. But we're both kind of in an opposite stage of that, which is funny.
I don't know how to be alone yet. I will eventually in the next year or so, but I don't know how I'll be alone, Rhee, yet. We'll see.
Sandy, you get it, right?
Yeah. Sandy, you get it.
I mean, it's been many years now at this point, and I'm kind of almost fiercely too independent at times, because I try to kind of do everything myself, and I have a hard time if someone offers me help other than Melissa. If they offer help, it's hard. I'm learning. I'm getting there to accept it and not feel guilty about it, or feel like my big thing is I feel like I'm putting someone else out if they're helping me, which I'm learning that is not the case, because if I'm offering to help someone, I want to be able to do it. If someone's going to offer to help me, then it's a gift that they're giving. That it just I was just very independent. I think more to the fact of, well, I don't know. Just I think when you become single, you're gonna prove to the world I can do this. That's kind of the mentality you take on, and then you just kind of get used to it. It's just is what it is. I'm not going to say I love it, but there are days I love it because I can make every decision I want for myself, and I can go home and not worry about anything. But at the same time, sometimes it's the quiet is very quiet, and I know that. I know you understand that.
I do, but let's say after a long day, either live or virtually like this, my goal is to go for that quiet.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I gotta go. I need to rejuvenate myself by being alone, or I call it free to think, or maybe like Melissa said, turn something on Netflix and watch the whole thing. Yeah. And enjoy that journey just as much as any other journey. Yeah. Okay, so as we wind this up, Melissa, what's something about Sandy that would you be careful here that you like? That might surprise everybody that you know.
Oh God. Oh,
yes, what is it? Oh,
You're going to get the same question.
I
my
know.
friend.
I know that might surprise people. Oh, interest. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, it's certainly some of the things that might surprise me, that I'm bound to secrecy. I can't share.
That's why I said be careful. I was hoping there was something in between bound to secrecy.
And I know. Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, I already shared about, the Miss Optimist and stuff. You know what? I probably, but Sandi said it about herself. You'd probably be surprised because most of you see Sandi like out and being super friendly and she always is. But she does like to do a lot of things alone. Like we have this deal. I'll say, "Oh, you're taking off in your car for the day. Can you check in with me? Like I just want to make sure that you're okay." And she'll take a ride up the coast. She loves to go on her rides alone, mystery rides, and loves to do that alone. Where I would think that people would think that she'd spend a lot of her time with a lot of people because she's so, open and huggy and swishy. And I think that you wouldn't be surprised to know that about her, but I'm not that. Like maybe that will surprise you or not surprise you. So we're opposite in that. But I think that the fact that she can just take off and do all that on her own without.
And I'll add to that because I know when Sandi has taken off, because if I'm trying to get a hold of her, she's not going to do.
I don't check my email very much. I'm going to be very honest. I'm not. I check my texts, my phones. I'm not good at checking email. It's just like
Sandi must be on a little road trip here. I haven't heard from Sandi.
Hi, Holly.
You need to know that I respect that because I might not be able to shut my cell phone off, right? Yeah. So I respect that you say, okay, I'm off the phone or I'm off the clock today. That's a skill, my friend.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. All right. So I would say that,
oh God,
I think our students learn it. Well, okay. So our students look at Melissa as being really serious. And like kind of like she's the principal. And like there's a little bit of a fear factor. And so a couple of years ago, right at the beginning, right before COVID happened, she had decided that she was going to stay backstage during competitions with the kids, which she never did before. Like she would always be out in the audience. And she decided that she was going to start staying backstage. Well, the kids learned that she is freaking hilarious and that she's fine. Like she'll be backstage dancing with the kids. And I think they were all looking at her like, wait, what? We don't know this about you. We don't know that you're funny and that you have like this loose side. And so I love that the kids are now starting to learn that about her. And because I've always seen it and many of us see it, but some of the parents haven't seen it and they're starting to, she's got a lot to do here. She's got to be on her business game and in her business mind. But when she takes that business hat off, she's freaking hilarious. That's and so much fun, and I hope that everybody gets to see that side at some point, because it's a blast, I mean, you get a few drinks in her and sometimes it's a little scary. No offense.
No offense.
But
we're moving this broadcast to after 9 p.m. so I can ask the questions I really
Okay. All right. Hey, you might have touched on something today, Rhee,
For the mature adult.
For the mature adults, yes.
And it's not coffee talk, it's wine talk for the mature adult dance teacher suite.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yikes.
So funny.
Yikes.
So I'm going to wrap this up. This was a lot of fun. Oh, Jennifer wants it to be rated R. So I wasn't going to go that far, but okay, Jennifer.
Hey, I don't know if I have anything rated R in my life.
Do you know, I will tell you, I always thought if we had, we were talking about, it was a joke, but I think it could make a lot of money. Like your studios after hour, like we always joked, MHDC after hour.
Oh.
And that's when the poles come in and we do in the bar and we do pole dancing and the bar comes and yeah. I think it could be a good business.
I am with you on that, Melissa.
Yeah.
I will call you after this broadcast. We'll schedule the first one.
amazing.
Because that's the way life is. You get a good idea, you have to do it right
You
away.
gotta do
right?
it. Yes.
You gotta do
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
This was a blast. I love you guys.
Sandi, I love you.
I feel like our friendship goes, I don't know, I try not to say the years, but could it be 40, if not more?
Yeah, it could be for sure.
Yeah, but it's probably more like 25 and we're off by 15 years or so.
No. I mean, I
No,
met
I-
you when you were
I-
16. You were 16 when I first met you. Yeah.
Okay. I said that because I was trying to say we were younger than we were, but
Oh,
that
okay.
didn't
All right.
work. It didn't
Sorry.
It
work.
doesn't work. It doesn't work. You just got to face it. You just got to face
I
it.
am facing it and
Yep,
accepting it.
And it's just a number. It really is just a number. I'm really working on that a lot. Just going, oh, it's just a number. It really is just a number.
Yeah.
This is part 2 of Coffee Talk, Sandy's motivation. On that note, have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
You
for
too.
being
Bye,
with
guys.
us.
Thank you for
Thanks
listening.
for coming.
Thanks for coming. You all come back now. You hear?
Yeah.